This afternoon we're speaking about the inner path of Hinduism, the mystical path of the East. Hinduism is the world's oldest religion. It is also one of the least understood in the West. Hinduism is the fount from which all the world's mystics have drunk, whether they knew it or not. It is the oldest source of the idea that latent in each one of us is the self that is God. Hinduism gives the first step-by-step instructions on how to realize or become one with God. It teaches that there are many paths to salvation and that each of us should choose the path that best suits our temperament. The inner path of Hinduism is a well-marked one, and yet to the casual observer it may appear to be lost in a mire of superstition and the rote worship of many gods. Unlike other world religions, Hinduism has no founder. Its origins are obscure. The earliest Hindu texts, the Vedas, say that they were given by God to 7 seers at the dawn of time. Since the 18th century, scholars have believed that Hinduism was rooted in primitive nature worship. The Vedas contain prayers to a multitude of gods, leaving many with the impression that Hinduism is polytheistic. It is not until later texts, the Upanishads, that the idea of the God within is clearly stated. Scholars think the Upanishads were written between the 8th and 4th centuries BC. They are the root of mysticism in all the world's religions. We find echoes of them in Buddhism, Taoism, Sufism, mystical Christianity, and Judaism. The Kaival Upanishad tells us that which is supreme Brahman, the self, the great support of the universe, subtler than subtle, eternal, that alone thou art. Thou art that alone. This affirmation, that thou art, Tattvam Asi, sums up the inner path of Hinduism. You are Brahman. We can chant Tattvam Asi. Tattvam Asi, Tattvam Asi, Tattvam Asi, Tattvam Asi. Thou art that alone, that Brahman thou art. This mantra sums up the inner path of Hinduism. You are Brahman. I don't know if you quite realize how profound is this mantra and what you are really affirming, and that when you are affirming it, Brahman, at the very center of creation, is suddenly quickened in your temple. It would be very easy to go into samadhi with this mantra in a matter of minutes if you really have the comprehension that you are Brahman.